Hello, I'm Duncan Farrington and welcome to our family farm in Northamptonshire, England, where we grow wheat, rapeseed, barley and beans. All our crops are grown to LEAF Marque standards, following integrated farm management principles, which means that the biodiversity around the edges of our fields is as important as the crops we grow within our fields. We also produce Farrington's mellow yellow rapeseed oil on our farm, and in 2020 we became certified as carbon neutral by the United Nations. I believe in a whole farming approach in our farming methods. We haven't ploughed since 1998, instead progressing more to a zero tillage approach on our clay soils. We now only cultivate around a fifth of our land each year. This is a great spot to see regenerative farming in practice. On the edge of the field we have established a wildflower margin next to the hedge and watercourse, increasing biodiversity, including habitat and food for pollinator and predator insects, which pollinate our crops and feed on pests, reducing the reliance on insecticides. The winter wheat is just emerging, being established through zero-till planting following last year's rapeseed crop. This field has not been cultivated since 2017, when biosolids were last applied. We use a broad crop rotation, including winter and spring cropping, combined with using cover crops before spring crops and companion crops in our rapeseed. I always look at ways of doing things better and reducing costs of production. Moving towards less intensive cultivations has reduced machinery costs and time needed to establish crops. Fuel use has reduced by around 65%. Broadening the crop rotation reduced fertiliser around 13%. We use such figures in our carbon neutral calculations. However, on this field, I have shown that our practices have increased the soil organic matter by over 75% in the last 18 years, as well as improving overall soil health and nutrition. Soil carbon content is not currently internationally recognised for certified carbon neutrality calculations, which is a stumbling block in encouraging farmers to improve their soil health. Additionally, practices on how best to improve soils is not widely understood for both reducing greenhouse gas emissions or creating resilient farming systems to grow healthy, nutritious foods. I joined the AgriCaptureCO2 project as a case study, which aims to find an internationally acceptable measure of soil carbon content and to take farmers and land managers on a regenerative journey to improve the soil health and the wider biodiversity around their farms and green spaces. The ultimate aim is to create financial and environmental returns for best practice. I've made a start, but there is so much more we can do. My next aim is to reduce nitrogen synthetic fertiliser by at least 50% through crop rotation, better soil health, use of nitrate inhibitors or biostimulants, for example. Following that, I'm sure we can do so much more to reduce the weight and the cost and the power of the machinery we use. Remember, we're only trying to establish seeds in the ground about that deep, and I'm sure we can do it far more efficiently and effectively.